The Untold, Chapter 2, Delightfully Done. My mother was sitting outside on her acacia bench that Dad gave her for their 18th anniversary a week ago. She held something rolled and lit with sweet-smelling smoke pouring out of the ember. Her right hand patted the bench next to her. As I sat down, a bird squawked in the distance as the Nile flowed in the background. Joshua, you are a man now. Your father and I can't tell you how to live your life forever. Not anymore. What you do is up to you at this point. We're not the most important thing in your life anymore. She held my right hand tightly as my tears fell into the dirt. Why like this, though? I want there to be another way. I really do, but there isn't. This has to be done. Whatever he has in store for me, I'll do it. Before I knew it, she handed me the smoking rolled leaves. Well, if you're going to get to know the world the right way, just be careful, please? I nodded as the leaves were inhaled, and a cool sensation with an uplifting feeling started to roll throughout my whole mind, body, and soul. David walked out from behind us and looked up at me and down before sighing deeply. Son, you know my opinion on this matter, but I won't be able to change your calling. Lord knows I've cried out to God nightly for years that this gift would lessen over the time. Alas, it's only gotten stronger. If the Lord wills it, then let it be done. I handed the leaves back to Mom as we hugged it out tightly. Mom also joined the hug. As I looked into the sky, a rainbow formed from nowhere. Look up! Both Mom and Dad looked up into the sky as Mom smoked and Dad cried slightly. Moo! I turned back to face Cassandra, who just radiated sadness as her tail stood still and her eyes watched me intensely. As my feet carried me over to her, I felt God with me every step of the way. Cassandra, my dear friend, I'm afraid this is where we part ways. I'm sorry, but I have a job to do. She stomped her hooves on the ground, but calmed down immediately when I put my hand on her head. It was something I'd always done to calm her down since she was a calf. Joshua, come here. Your father and I want to give you a satchel full of supplies for your trip. As I looked at David, he was carrying a tan leather satchel with 2 straps, almost making me cry as I was more than likely never going to see them again. Need a hug, Dad? He silently nodded as we rushed into each other's arms. We both knew that this was the end, at least for this part of my life. Martha stood by and watched as Dad cried down to my shoulder. We will meet again, Dad. I just don't know when, where, or how, but you have my word, even if not God's word. You'll be blessed for this. I just wanted you to know that. Then the sky started to rain from the clouds, as if the heavens themselves or God were mourning. Martha walked over with a rolled piece of papyrus tied with brown string. She handed it to me as we embraced for the last time. This is for travel, and it encompasses the known world of Egypt, Rome, and Carthage, but I'm sure you'll know the way, no matter where you are. She touched my cheek like she always had since I was a young boy. Her touch and presence would be sorely missed. I will always love you both dearly. I simply just wish we had more time. David and Martha fell into the embrace of each other. They had my blessing and God's as well. As I opened the wooden gate and started walking down towards the village, I heard my mother openly weeping as the rain fell directly over the Nile River. Only in one specific spot, however. The village got closer and closer every step I took. However, each step took me further and further from my parents. God, you better know what you're doing. Even as I'd always talked and never heard, I'd also seen God's hand at play in my life and my family's lives as well. Then a breeze picked up and whipped my brown ponytail towards the heavens themselves. That was the answer that his will is aligned with my fate, whatever he has for me.